family. Vicki Dillard here with African Diaspora News Channel. Please make sure that you come in, that you like, that you share, and that you subscribe. Thank you so very much. Family, today is a very interesting show. Some of you all know all about the recent car crash that Tiger Woods was recently involved in. Some of you know it's not the first car crash that he's been involved in. Some of you know that the injuries had to do actually with his legs. But it's fascinating. Our elder, former elder, now ancestor, Dick Gregory, may he rest in power, he made some very interesting statements years ago about Tiger Woods. Now, you all know we don't have to do conspiracy theory. Everything we do, we back up with what we say. I want you to listen to this little brief clip from Dick Gregory a few years ago and this statement that he made specifically concerning Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods got busted for the same reason as Bill Cosby. Mm-hmm. Tiger Woods had to win 4 more to tie Jack Nicklaus. 5 to be the all-time. So he gets busted. I know somebody that saw when he came to the hospital. She told me if I didn't tell you this was Tiger Woods, you wouldn't know. That was a mob whooping.
Wow.
Huh? Now, so what did they do? They made deals. They said, Tiger, here's what we got. We got a law called the Mann Act, taking a woman across state lines for immoral purposes. We're not just getting you for that little 17-and-a-half-year-old girl you cared to watch you play golf in Sweden. 20 years. Now let's sit like reasonable people. You can either do the 20 years, or we can make a deal now. You go back, play for a while, and on worldwide camera, you're going to pull something in your back so the whole world will see it. And then eventually, you have to retire. Last year, this time, and we talking about 2014, he was #1. Today, as we sit here, he's number 270. Now they're already talking about retiring. That's what this is about.
Now think about that, family. He made a very interesting statement and even talked about an eyewitness to Tiger Woods concerning one of the previous crash that he was involved in. And because Black folk, just like we know with the Malcolm X revelation, where a former Black police officer acknowledges the fact that the government and the police department actually was conspiring in the murder and assassination of Malcolm X. Of course, you all know that many Black groups have already said that with multiple evidence. We know that Dr. Martin Luther King now was killed, convicted of being murdered and killed by the U.S. government. You all know that sometime in the 1990s, the end of the 1990s, the King family engaged in a civil lawsuit against the United States. Jury came back and said that the United States government was involved with the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. We understand COINTELPRO 2.0, the U.S. government, 101, the U.S. government said themselves that their goal concerning Black people and Black nationalist organizations was to what? To destroy, to disrupt. We know that because of COINTELPRO, innocent lives were taken. This is not about quote unquote conspiracy theory. We know that Black folks have been plotted against since before we came to America. Don't confuse us with some of these other funny style people that are out there with nut job groups and organizations and cults that they're involved in. We have 500 years of history to prove the conspiracy. And I'm asking questions and I'm saying, isn't it something that our ancestor was bringing some of these things to light years ago? This USA Today recent piece is talking about Tiger, and it was saying that the available evidence from the recent car crash involving Tiger Woods indicates that the famed golfer wasn't paying attention to the road, and they claim may have drifted off of it before crashing his car. 3 forensic car accidents experts told USA Today Sports. It also says the same experts also say the evidence does not indicate he lost control of his vehicle because of excessive speed or a curve downhill road that is known for speeding cars. It's so much that's going on. But I feel that Black folk can still properly ask questions, scrutinize, investigate, and still not be reckless and still be responsible, understanding the nature of those who consider themselves to be our open enemies. I think it's fascinating because we understand, some of us believe that Bill Cosby was set up. I say free Bill Cosby. I don't care who like it or who doesn't. Some of us know that there were suspicious and shady things attributed to Michael Jackson, even though he completely was acquitted of state charges after years-long investigation. We know that in the Michael Jackson case, the feds were investigating him for years. They came up with nothing. We know there are multiple other Black athletes, artists, scholars, and other individuals that have been targeted unjustly, framed unjustly, received trumped-up charges unjustly, received character assassination and slander in the public unjustly. And we know what Tiger Woods represents, even though Tiger Woods didn't even claim his own Blackness for a time. Tiger Woods was out there talking about he was cobbling Asian or something. You can say you all or whatever that is. But white America showed you that they treating you straight like Negro. Somebody talk Black to me. These are learning lessons for us because we understand, as our Dick Gregory made plain, that he was not far from being the #1 golfer and bypassing the previous record that was set. We know that athletes that oftentimes are treated like our modern gladiators, and that even some of your greatest white supremacists vicariously like to live through our athletes. Now, when you try to kneel to protest police brutality and murder of Black people, that's when the white supremacists show up with your white fans. Somebody talk Black to me. We know that, like tennis and golf, these were considered to be some of the sports areas where it was supposed to be off limits for Black people. And we know why that is. Because we know that wherever we are, if the playing field is even, and even when it's not, but especially if it's even, we're going to dominate. And even on the fields and in coliseums and on the court, you see the dynamics of white supremacy being played out. And that's what many of us believe is taking place with the Tiger Woods and trying to prevent that from happening, among other things. Just fascinating with what our elders have been saying. Something to think about. Always have your guard up, family. Always watching, paying attention. My name is Vicki Dillard. Be sure to join my weekly mastermind once a week. I drop a spiritual jewel, break it down. You have direct access to me to ask me questions. And this exclusive revolutionary group that we've started, it's growing, it's exciting. Join today for $1 for the first 30 days, clubvicki.com. clubvicki.com. My name is spelled Vicki. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Vicki X Dillard on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Love you.